Guyana's Attorney General wants to present new evidence to the Caribbean Court of Justice on the no confidence case. And in sport, West Indies captain Jason Holder bemoans irresponsible shots following his side's loss to Australia. I'm Ricardo Roberts, and this is Caribbean in 10 for Friday, June 7, 2019. I'll be back with the details after the break. Guyana's Attorney General Basil Williams has asked the Caribbean Court of Justice to take new evidence showing that former government parliamentarian Chantras Prasad had known since 2015 that he should not have been a candidate because he holds dual citizenship. In an affidavit filed at the CCJ, the Attorney General claimed that on May 11, 2019, the day after oral arguments in the Consolidated Appeals concluded, Prasad gave an interview which was broadcast on the internet in which, among other things, he said, quote, "I knew that people with dual citizenship could not hold a seat in Parliament. That was a given. That is a constitutional article we cannot get away from." End quote. Prasad made the comment on the Globe Span 24/7 interview program that was titled Conflict of Interest in Guyana and was posted on YouTube. Williams wants the court to allow him to make submissions in the Consolidated Appeals on the relevance of the new evidence, and he says presenting this evidence will probably have an important influence on the outcome of the appeals. Prasad's attorney plans to respond, calling the application filed by the Attorney General as desperate and another red herring designed to mislead the nation. The Antigua and Barbuda government says it expects the High Court matter involving Flow and Digicel to be a long and drawn-out case. The two foreign telecommunications companies objects to the plan to share the 850 megahertz spectrum with the state company, or the state-owned utility company. A government statement said that the matter had been discussed during the cabinet earlier this week, and 3 lawyers representing the state had been invited to advise on the most appropriate defense to be adopted in the case brought by Digicel and Flow. Last month, Digicel defended its decision to secure a High Court order preventing the government from confiscating any of the 850 megahertz spectrum it has been allocated. Digicel said that it had taken the legal action because it wanted to shield its customers from significant service disruption and a negative impact on coverage. The government is hoping that the High Court will bring about a resolution to the opposition by Digicel and Flow to share the island spectrum with the state-owned Antigua Public Utilities Authority. At least 4 people have died and several others missing after heavy torrential rains caused widespread flooding in Haiti over the last 4 days. The Directorate of Civil Protection says the damage was mainly in the west of the country. According to the DPC, preliminary reports indicate that 2 people were killed in Cité Soleil, 1 person died in Carrefour, where 3 others were injured and 3 others missing, while in Caribbean, 1 person died and another reported missing during the heavy rains that have been falling since Tuesday. The authorities said that cattle had also been washed away in Cité Soleil, while the town hall of Carrefour is reporting at least 17 houses. Several roads and bridges were also reported to be damaged. The DPC says preparations are being made to provide relief to those affected and that kits from the National Emergency Operations Center are being sent to the communes for distribution. It also urged residents, especially those in areas at risk of flooding and landslides, to stay away from the watercourses and not to cross under any circumstances the rivers being affected by the floods. And stay with us, your Midday Sport is next.
Welcome to this year's 50th Caribbean Broadcast Union Assembly on the island of San Andres. San Andres is a small archipelago located in between Jamaica and Panama in the Western Caribbean Sea. A lush, exotic island rich in culture, history, gastronomy, and breathtaking scenic views. Known for its beaches and 7-colored crystalline waters, the island of San Andres will be proudly hosting this year's event. CBU members will enjoy top-of-the-line accommodations for an unforgettable experience in San Andres, connecting Caribbean nations through this year's 50th edition of the CBU Assembly.
West Indies captain Jason Holder was left ruining irresponsible shots which contributed to his side's failed runs chase and eventually 15-run loss at the hands of Australia in the second match of the World Cup on Thursday. Now chasing 289 for victory at Trent Bridge, West Indies collapsed from 190 for 4 in the 35th over to 273 for 9 in the allotted 50 overs after losing 5 wickets for 66 runs.
Yeah, we definitely missed an opportunity. I just think that's sport, you know, we've just got to learn from it. Yeah, it's a bit disappointing to be losing a game like that when we were in full control of the game, but, you know, these things happen.
Now, Holder said while the defeat was disappointing, he hoped his side could use it as a learning moment as they progressed in the tournament.
To learn from the mistakes that they make. You know, take a little bit more responsibility in chasing, especially. You know, you just need to take responsibility, and it's important that one of the top 4 batters be there at the very, very end. I think one thing that we could take from the Australians' performance is that Steve, you know, batted quite deep, and that's something that we need for a little bit more from our top order. I think Shea Hope has been outstanding in that regard, you know, but it didn't go his way today. You know, I think credit must be given to Australia. I thought they came back and bowled really well with the old ball. And it created problems for us, you know. We had to decide what we wanted to do in terms of playing it or taking it on or, you know, just knocking it around, you know. But credit must be given.
Over to athletics now. Double Olympic gold medalist Elaine Thompson is back on top in top form after she ran a world-leading run in the 100-meter final at the Rome Diamond League meeting yesterday. Thompson powered her way past Dina Asher-Smith of the United Kingdom to cross the line in 10.89 seconds.
Start there from Asher-Smith. Also going well is Talu. Asher-Smith pulling away now. She's got half a metre. Thompson coming back at her now, though. Thompson's going to take her this time, and that is a surprise. About half a metre in it. 10.89 there. Dina Asher-Smith looking lovely and relaxed there. But she beat Elaine Thompson last week by about 4 metres over 200 metres in a freezing cold Stockholm. And tonight, maybe a little bit of ire, a little bit of anger and fire in the belly of the Jamaican Olympic.
And that's Caribbean in 10. Join us again at 6:30 for Caribbean Newsline. Until then, good afternoon.